I love Muggles. They're so cute and too badass. They look like a teddy bears and fairies with demon wings, a little mashup of everything. Look at this Moogle. The spear he has wielding is 6 times bigger than the actual Moogle, and he is wielding it like a badass, saying, "You want a piece of me? Come and get it! Come and get it now!" I really love Muggles. If you're a Final Fantasy fan and don't love Muggles, means you don't have soul. At all. Hello everyone, Final Fantasy Exvius Tactics channel here. This time I'm going to review a free unit we can get in the Mog King raid, the anniversary raid. That is the Moogle. The Moogle is a character iconic in the Final Fantasy universe along with Chocobos, and the Moogles here are lackeys of the Mog King. We always see them in the foreplane, but we don't have any chance to play with them until now. So, what does this little thing do? Let's check it out. This is the Moogle. Its base stats are in the magic we see that Moogle has Cure, Curaja, Stona, Esuna, and Cleanse. We can see from here that he is very useful for curing status ailments that you usually can cure, like stone and disease. Also, Esuna clears all the status ailments, and Curaja for healing. So in that point we see that Moogle has very nice white magic. Also he can equip level 7 white magic. In the passives we see we have in Moogle HP plus 10%, MP plus 10%, attack plus 10%, magic plus 10%, defense and spirit plus 10%. Also we have Camouflage, Guardian Mog, Double Pow, that is a version of double-handed, and in the active skills we have Mog Vault. Is a skill that when you use it you activated the skill Mog Vault. That is a skill that heals HP and MP by 30% to Moogle. Once activated Mog Vault, you can use Mog Vault for one turn. Then we have Mog Flame, Freeze, Bolt, Water, Wind, Earth, Light, and Dark. These 8 skills does 100% damage to one enemy, and for 5 turns you add the element of the skill you use to your weapon. If you use Mog Flame, you add flame element to your weapon. If you use Mog Water, you add water element to your weapon, and so on. Moogle March is a skill that increases resistance to stop by 100% for 3 turns to all allies. This is a unique skill because there is no other skill in Global right now that can prevent stop to your allies. It's kind of useful in Arena, but not so useful because Moogle March don't cure stop on your allies but prevents it. So in Arena, if the enemy starts first and attacks you with a stop skill, you are still fucked because the allies will be paralyzed for 3 turns. Moog Limit is a passive that increase the LB gauge of Moogle by 2 each turn. And Mog Barrage. Mog Barrage is a skill that does... Mog Barrage is a skill that does 100% damage to the enemy with 50% defense ignore. That means it does 200% damage to one enemy. I don't know how to categorize the Moogle because he does everything. He can cure, he can heal stats, he can build for double-handed build, he adds element to his weapon, he can increase his LB gauge very fast, but all those attacks are terrible because it all does only 100%, 200%, they are all terrible. And also the Moogle, it looks like doesn't have much spirit, so it also can cure much with Curaja. It looks like the Moogle is a mashup of everything, like I said in the beginning of the video, but it only have halfway abilities of all the things. Okay, now let's see in the dummy the abilities of this little Moogle. First of all, I want to show you that my Moogle doesn't have any pots, and with Odin Spear, also with Moogle Spear, the Moogle Crown, Ifrit's Claw, Ruler's Ring, attack plus 30%, 2 attacks plus 15%, and Swelling Power, I got the Moogle with 4400 HP and 527 attack. That is because the double-handed that the Moogle has, that increase my equipment attack. Now it's a shame because the Moogle can only equip spears and hats, can only equip anything else, so literally the Moogle is naked. Okay, let's go to the dummy to see the Moogle skills. Okay, first the normal attack of the Moogle. Okay, now let's try Mock Flame. Okay, and now my weapon is with fire. You can see the Mock Light. And basically that's it. Now let's see the Mock Barrage. Some nice shining and potential. If you have more Moogles for doing that, but it's not a big deal. Sadly, are not much hits and the animation is fast. Right, well, there's a reason that why the Moogle has so many LB fail rate in bonus and even in his event spear. That's because the limit break of Moog is the Moog Dance. The Moog Dance is a limit break that increases the attack, defense, magic and spirit of all your allies in 40% for 3 turns in level 1, and in level 25 that increase is for 64% for 3 turns. That means with enough LB crystals generation, you can spam the Moog Dance all the turns necessary. Okay, that is cute. If you're using a tank like Warrior of Light or Wilhelm or Snow and don't have Cecil, the Moog limit break is very helpful because with that you can buff your party's parameters and don't have to bring another unit that does that job like a healer or another attacking unit with boosting abilities. The Moog can handle that and also can heal and cure stats, but the parameters of the Moog are very little, so how can we solve that? Now I'm using a more defensive build on the Moogle with Lakshmi Spear and the same Moogle Spear, White Brim, 2 Domination Rings and 4 Guardian's Authority. I have now 5000 HP and 238 spirits. With that, well, let's see how much the Curaja heals. It sucks. One more time. Yep, it sucks. Well, still you can use him for the LB that buff all the party, and in the meantime you can do this little meaningless heal for your party members for a secondary heal. But yeah, it's not that great. Even the LB is not that great because it's only 40% increase for all the allies, and there's another units that buff the status ailments even bigger or have better effects in the attacks, for example Tidus, but it's not unfair. It's not fair to compare the Moogle, a free unit, with Tidus, but you understand me. The slot you use in your party on Moogle only for the LV, I don't think is justified. In the pros and cons of the Moogle, we have, in the pros, can cure all ailments. The Moogle has Esuna, Cleanse, and Stona, so with that you can heal all kinds of status ailments from your party members. Prevent Stop. The Moogle has a unique skill that can prevent all your party members from stop for 3 turns. Good LB. The Moogle can buff all the stats of your party members in 40% to 64% in maximum level. Also, with all his abilities of fast LB fill and his event spear that helps that, you can cast the LB anytime you need it. In the cons, we have weak stats. The stats of the Moogle are kinda low. Weak healing. Because of the first point, the Moogle's healing is awful because of his very low spirit, and you can build the spirit with equipment because we have to the point 3, can only equip 2 things. Can only equip spears and hats, can equip robes or clothes or armor, nothing, only spear and hats, and because of that the stats of the Moogle are abysmal. No powerful attacks. The Moogle has a very skill set of attacks, but all of them are very weak. You can do any good damage with it. You can only use the Moogle as support, and even as support you heal terrible. So the only good thing the Moogle has is his LB. I'm very disappointed of what Gumi did to the Moogle because this is an amazing character. I fell in love of the Moogles in Final Fantasy VI because Mog was amazing, but this version of the Moogle is very disappointing. It's not worth to level, to evolve, nothing. Just for collection, keep it in your unit list and let it die slowly and alone in the darkness of your basement of non-used units. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. See you later.